Welcome to Aunty K's, your favorite radical queer indigenous auntie, bringing you tarot every day. Hi everyone, and welcome to Aunty K's Tarot. I am here today with a Valentines tarot tag, and this is Who's Your Date? And so we're going to look at a few different date options and which deck fills those date options. There's no hard and fast rules. You can use, we're calling it decks. It can be any system of decks that you choose to use. And if you can't pick just one, I won't tell. All right, so up first is your main squeeze deck. This is the deck that you always return to. It's the deck that you are using more than any other deck. And so for me, this is going to be my Rana George Lenormand. This is definitely my most used deck. Since I got this deck, I think I've used it every week since I got this deck. And I am just loving it. It is really hard to find a peoply Lenormand that, is diverse. And so Rana George is Lebanese, and she hired an artist to depict places in Lebanon and, like things like this box, which were personal items that represent her culture in this deck. And it's also really colorful for a Lenormand. It's really decorative, and I love that. And it has the playing card inserts in it as well. So this is absolutely my main squeeze deck. And the next category is your one night stand deck. You got this deck. You love this deck. It was awesome. And when you woke up in the morning, you ran. So this is a deck you broke up with fairly quickly. And for me, that would be the Royal Mischief Transformation cards. It's in my Purgatory drawer, which is where I put things till I have a chance to get rid of them in one way or another. When I went through this deck, I was like, there's one BIPOC person in this entire deck. Fuck this. And then I pulled out my Trumpy Del Luna, same, and I was like, oh, I'm so mad at them. And so this deck went into Purgatory in like under a week. So the next category is the other woman, person, man deck. So this is a deck that has come along and been stealing some attention from your main squeeze deck. And so for me, this is the Keymaster Tarot. I got this deck 2 weeks ago today, and it is gorgeous. And it's got Marseille and playing card pips. And then it has like the courts and majors. These are the aces. And I am just really loving this deck. And it's gorgeous. I had a friend over and they were like, oh my goodness, that deck's so gorgeous. And I was like, oh, do you want one of my decks? And they're like, I don't know about getting into tarot. I know they play with playing cards all the time. So I gave them my maybe Lenormand. And it has a guidebook. I was like, here, take this. And I think it would suit you more. And yeah. All right. So the next one after the other woman, person, man deck is your friends with benefits deck. They make you hot. You really enjoy them. Maybe you are besties, but they're mean squeeze material. So this is a deck that has fairly consistently stayed on my work table since I got it. It is the Cat Marseille. And it's really the only one of my Marseille decks I've really connected with. I've ordered another and have another on my list wish. They're both from NPC. I've been waiting 22 days for NPC to ship it. And so I won't be ordering the next one after that. But currently, this is my Friends with Benefits deck. I really do enjoy it, but it's not like main squeeze material. Probably the other one that fits in there is my Demor's Fortunes. Now that I've been like using a real mix, I've been trying to pull like my thoughts from Lenormand's and playing cards, and somewhat from Marseille, but not entirely, into like a cohesive format in my head. And so my Demor's Fortunes sits outside of that pretty strongly. And but I still use this deck a lot. It's based on the G-Witch Oracle. And so I still use this deck quite a lot. It's pretty worn. But again, for that reason, it's not like my main squeeze deck. One of the reasons the Cat Marseille is in the Friends with Benefits category is because the cats and the pips are doing pretty RWSy stuff. And they're not huge, so I can like kind of ignore them and then also use them if they seem relevant. All right, my next category is a dinner date deck. This is a deck that is classy and good, deep conversation, and with probably a little bit pricey. Even if it wasn't pricey for you exactly, that is okay. And I chose two decks here too. So one of them is Latero Archetypal. I mostly use this deck for myself because that's what it's like for me, and it was a little bit pricey. Shipping into Canada is always a little bit pricey. And you know, it's a deep conversation because I have to think about it more. And the other deck that fits in this category, although it was gifted to me, so it wasn't pricey, and the person who gifted it to me got it secondhand, so it wasn't pricey for them. But I don't actually know what the cost of this deck is. It just looks like super high quality, and this is the Untamed Mysteries Tarot. And I use this deck for personal draw in a day if I want. I'm really enjoying the guidebook, and it is just so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. And, you know, animal decks haven't been my thing, and that's been changing. And I like that in this deck, there's like the majors have all kinds of different animals, but each suit has one animal that you see going on like a progressive journey through its suit. And then the eyeballs and skeleton hands each have a specific meaning that also goes on a journey through the deck. And I thoroughly enjoy this deck. And so that is that. So the next one up is your like club deck. This is the deck that you just dance with. And so for me, it is my box is in rough shape. It is my Fortune Queens deck, and it has a very club feel for me, and because that's my favorite way to see a drag queen and or a drag king, and it is so fun. And it is a super easy going read, and like easy to do. And so that is my club night deck. And so the last category is the single forever deck. And so this isn't a deck that's amongst your workhorse decks, but you use it for special things, like it comes out for special reasons, and no matter how much you do or don't pull it, like this deck is like self-love to you to use, and you like it that way. And so for me, it is my Landback Tarot. I like using this deck for my own personal reads. And when I get an Indigenous client, depending on the feel, because I also will reach for like, you know, the Gentle Tarot as well in that case, or Desert Illuminations, or I'll reach for Next World Tarot. I use this deck for special connections when I'm looking for something special, to bring that self-love in community feeling this deck gives to me to somebody else who might also bring that self-love community. I actually feel you and know what you're going through deck. And so this is my single forever. I have been tracking how frequently I use each deck, a tally for each week, and this consistently gets tallied as brought out for one reading, brought out for one reading, and I like it that way. This is a lot of my heart and soul, and so that seems really appropriate to me. All right, folks, that is my Valentine's Tarot tag. See you all around.